Right, so this is comfrey. It's a feed I make up, and it's what I use to feed my tomatoes and chilies and a lot of other plants. And I'll show you how I make it. So that's the finished product. Needs about a capful of that in a watering can. Now let's go and have a look where the comfrey is. Yeah. So this is my comfrey, and this one, there's 6 plants here, but this one is what they call blocking 14, which the flower on it is infertile. So you always just end up with the 6 plants, but the one that grows wild would actually take over. So this one has an infertile plant, and I picked that about 2 weeks ago, all the leaves off it, and already it's grown to there. And then when I picked the leaves, if you want to come with me, so I've made these bins up, so just a pot there, and this is an old flower pot with holes in the bottom. And then what I do is I pick the leaves and I just put them in there, crush them up a little bit, and they rot down, and then through the bottom they come in there you can see got that really good feed for the flowers.
That looks disgusting.
Good stuff. So that's how we make our comfrey.
Doesn't smell as strong as I remember.
If you put comfrey leaves just in water, and they call it like a tea, but then it actually stinks like a sewer.
Yeah, I remember that smell.
But when you just let them rot down, and obviously it's much more concentrated like that. So that's that.
As you can see, the potatoes are coming along nicely, and it looks like we're going to have a whole field full. And the garlics are growing very speedily as well.
Nearly ready.
Yum. So we think we might have the first strawberry of the year ready. So Dad's just having an explore. Just do a little pan, give you an update on the raspberries. And we've got our strawberries, which are completely covering the floor at the moment.
I reckon grab this one.
You got one? Oh yeah, look at that. So I get the first strawberry of the year, which is awesome. Let's try it. They're so sweet, aren't they?
Good?
Yeah, really good. Oh, that's exciting, because now I know there's a whole load of them waiting for us this year. So the first time we were here, we showed you the lettuce, the squash, the rhubarb, broad beans, and I think some of our other beans that were growing. So I'm just going to do a little pan around and give you an update on those basically as well. There's all the corn at the back there. We do like our corn. And then we have a row of broad beans next to the squash and courgettes. There's all our broad beans. And then we have a nice big rhubarb and a couple of pumpkins.
So these are shallots. They're zebrain. They're a nice shallot. They just produce one shallot, where a lot of shallots create a cluster of them. But this is just one, but they grow probably the size of a coffee cup. But because they're too thick together, I've started thinning some out. Now I'm going to thin these out a bit more. So probably put another row along here. So give me a rough idea where I'm putting them. I'm going to thin some of this row out. So thin them out to about possibly about sort of 4 inches apart. So make a hole and then gently ease some of the ones up. So I've got 3 there. And what I do, you don't need those roots on there, because those, if you put them in there, they'll all just curl up. So what you need to do is just cut those off, pop them in there, let's firm it up a little bit. That's that one done. Another hole. Clean them. Pop them in. once I've done this in these raised beds, even though we've had a really wet week, you can see already how dry they are.
I was just going to say, it's rained. I mean, last night we had loads of rain, and the night before we had loads of rain, and it's dry again.
Very good for working and easy to get to, and less back aching, but do need a lot of water. Put it in. Fill them up.
Put some like music track over this little bit, so don't worry too much about talking.
Okay, so I'll have that little cluster just there, probably those 4 if we can. Get under the bulbs, gently push and lift, and they come. Firm that one back in, put bits of grass out.
So you're literally leaving the same space between those as what you're planting here?
Yeah, if they're too tight together, they won't have space to grow.
So if you've got too many, do you literally just discard the ones that are left?
Well, yeah, but it's a shame. Give them away or something. Let's say just tear those roots off. They don't need it. So we looked at these about a month ago, these carrots, but they still need thinning out a little bit more. So these first 2 runs are the rainbow carrots, which are all different colours. So I'll start back at the end here, and we'll just try and thin them out. Literally pull them up, and you can see a little carrot already formed there. And there's a couple out there.
So can those be replanted?
No,
Oh,
they
that's a
can't,
shame.
because as you can see they're already different colours. That was going to be a reddish one, isn't it? That's a yellowy one. But this tape root would have been probably down to there.
Right.
And when you pull it up, because that tape root snaps, you can't replant them again.
Oh,
So
what a shame.
unfortunately they're no good. So a couple more.
And what's the point of thinning them out?
To allow space for the others to grow and expand, because hopefully we get some nice good large carrots.
Yum.
So they're for the bin. So when you're thinning out the carrots, you normally have to be very careful of the carrot fly, but because these are in raised beds, then the carrot fly can only jump about 4 inches, so it can't jump up high enough to get on them. So when we were thinning them, we didn't have to worry about maybe doing it at night and putting them straight into a polythene bag and getting rid of them. But when it's like this, we're fine.